All right, we'll move on to frustration. How am I going for time? A little bit behind. Do not let your fire go out, sparked by irreplaceable spark in the hopeless swamps of the not quite, the not yet, and the not at all. Do not let the hero in your soul perish in lonely frustration for the life you deserved and have never been able to reach. The world you desire can be won. It exists. It is real. It is possible. It is yours. Absolutely love that quote. Absolutely beautiful. Now, I actually would change it a little bit. No disrespect to the quote itself, but it's almost like you need to tell yourself that you're already there rather than say that it's on its way. So maybe change the words to the world you desire has been won. It is here. It is real. It is now. It's yours. Because I think if we keep saying we can get there, we can get there, we can get there, sure we can, but we need to actually say we're already there, even if we're not, because the reality is it's a simple little switch that changes the way that we think about things. I remember years ago, I read this thing called The Science of Getting Rich. It was written like in the early 1900s. And he said, if you want to be rich in mental, physical, spiritual, you believe you already have that thing. And it flicks a switch in your brain and you start thinking that the thing is there now, not that it's on its way. Okay, so what are some definitions? Urban Dictionary, yep, fair enough. The feeling of being annoyed or less confident because you cannot achieve what you want. Again, likely to be liver, gallbladder, or heart, possibly stomach again. And it's a yang-based emotion to consider. Again, quiz question, frustration is almost always a liver emotion. Therefore, I'd recommend that you confirm or rule out the liver first. Now, what's also with frustration is almost always a bit of anger, stress, feeling overwhelmed, poor judgment, and or unhappiness. So you might be seeing a bit of a similar pattern between stress, overwhelm, frustration. So in the end, you might go, well, David, it might be easier for me if I kind of put them all together as one type of disorder, of which I can kind of get a sense of what they're feeling. And then from there, you look at your diagnosis. I don't think that there's a problem with doing that, but just something to, I guess, that's one option. Lots of different patterns to consider, some of the similar ones to what we've had already. And the two we're going to talk about are coming up. Again, don't forget with frustration, the Zhang Fu pattern you're looking for might be in another disorder. Liver fire blazing is the one we're going to talk about. Now, that frustration is going to have anger. So this pattern probably can't exist unless they have anger and frustration. Now, the anger can be a gradual build-up before exploding, or it can come from nowhere and surprise everyone, including themselves. It's unlikely that frustration and anger are hidden, unexpressed emotions with this pattern. You can have people that hide anger or even don't think they have it at all. It's not likely to be this pattern. Okay, consider a different pattern. This person is angry. They know it. The people around them go, gee, Dave's a bit angry. They see it. They see the frustration. They see the anger. But again, in good news, it usually won't last long because the fire burns out. What could we possibly do? I like the points at the back of the skull. And in this case, because it's liver-based, I like to use its yang partner, the gallbladder. So gallbladder 20. I could consider gallbladder 12, but there's lots of other points back there. Do 16 could work. Bladder 10 could work. The An-Mien points up in the back, they can work as well. I just think, again, when I'm thinking of good connections, liver and gallbladder are yin and yang partners. So I'm probably going to pick gallbladder 20 here. Got our front middle of the heart rather than front middle of the liver. If you wanted to use front middle of the liver instead or as well, please feel free to do so. In that case, you might have Ren 14 plus liver 14 plus your kidney 26. That would bump the needles up to 17 all up, which might be fine. You might leave bladder 18 out and just do a face-up treatment and add in the liver 14, and that would still keep it at 15 needles. You know, there's lots of ways you can play with it. You want to clear the fire. Probably the best points to clear fire on the arms are large intestine 11 and Sanjiao 5. And then liver 2 is a big fire clear of the liver. And then liver 3. Could you thread liver 2 up to liver 3 or liver 3 back to liver 2? Yes. Could you do them both? Yes. Could you unilateral them? Do liver 2 on one side, liver 3 on the other? Yeah, you could. Pretty powerful point, especially when they're liver fire blazing. Liver 2 needled on a liver fire blazing, they'll probably swear at you when you insert the needle. You know, God damn it, David, what are you doing? And then how's it feeling? Oh, the pain's gone now. It's like instant. It goes away very quickly. So if my voice has dropped away just briefly, that's because I flick my fingers. I've got to learn to not do that. The other possible frustration of many is damp heat in the liver and gallbladder. It's not as common as liver fire blazing, just as well, because this one is a bit of a kind of possible bipolar type thing. Frustration, anger, some form of phobia or fear-based complaint, mental health issues, possible disconnection from reality or psychosis. Be very careful and stay completely professional. Don't give them any sense that you are a friend. Stay professional with the whole thing. Can last longer than other forms of frustration because the damp hangs around and clogs everything up and it's hard to move. How might you look at treating it? Gallbladder 13 and 18 are quite good here because they're damp heat from the head and senses. If you don't know what all those points on the head, like gallbladder, the dew points, the bladder points, just go through a number of point function books and get a better sense of what each of these points are doing. Or if there's ones you use that work really well, keep using them. We've got Ren 14, liver 14, kidney 26 this time. Lots of power there. And I've gone with the gallbladder back shoe point, whereas the previous one was the liver back shoe point, because this is a different diagnosis, because it's now liver and gallbladder. Could I put bladder 18 in as well? Sure. Then we want to move the damp heat, so points like pericardium 5 is a damp heat mover. And rather than say stomach 40 this time, gallbladder 34, because it's a damp heat mover and it's a gallbladder diagnosis. And liver 5 is another damp heat mover.